Royal Arena Festival TV 2018. Was geht ab? Mein Name ist Pablito. I'm joined here by some well-lit people.
Trust me.
How you doing? Ocean Wisdom in the building.
Trust me. Is this on? Are we
Yeah.
on? Yeah, we on. Listen, we out here. Let me put this away, man.
We got clout in a drought.
Hey,
No doubt.
You man said clout in a drought, you know. If there's
DJ's
a
dropping a freestyle.
if there's a drought of clout, Bailey's about.
We got it, no doubt.
hey.
Man,
But why hasn't Sleazy got a microphone?
We've only got 3.
We've only got 3, man. I'm living today, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get like y'all.
cool.
Ocean, I'm a fan. First of all,
brother.
big up for the show.
Big up, man.
People were feeling it, and to me, somebody who does fast rap
Yeah.
and kills it live, that just deserves respect.
No,
So
big
for
up.
that, right here.
Respect, man. Respect.
All right.
Respect.
What got you into twisting your tongue like that?
That sounds a bit mad still.
I know it does, huh?
You put-
It has a sexual component. Pause.
No homo.
I like beatboxing. So that's what it was. I like. You remember Razel?
Of course.
Yeah.
If your mother.
Yeah. Fucking. All that shit. Earth, wind, fire. Trust me.
Did you catch a show of him?
Never live. I was young, man. I wasn't allowed out when I first heard about it.
I'm old as fuck, so I saw a show.
Yeah, okay, come.
All right, and then beatboxing. How old were you?
Like 10 or something. Yeah, that's when I first got into it. Cause like these times, internet was like, it was like still a pretty cool new thing.
Dial up things.
Like the dial-up internet, and then you had like, what was it? Do you remember E-Bombs World? Do you remember that shit? Do you remember that shit?
Yeah,
What was that?
actually the
It's like
thing.
some mad website where it just mad. But my point is, yeah, like there was only certain places where you could go to see these things. So when you saw them, it was like a big deal. I remember If Your Mother Only Knew. It was there was one video where he playing it live somewhere and it went mad viral. Same time, like just before Chocolate Rain. Remember?
What
Remember
about
Chocolate
what
Rain?
about Grime Forum where you had to go there just to find out which freestyle was coming up, bro?
Yeah, so
What
that
year
was
were we
the era.
talking?
That was the era.
04.
I feel like Jay-Z
03,
was the
04
era.
maybe.
That was the era. But that was the era where like, yeah, it was just stuff like that when it was, it was all anyone was talking about at the time. If you were into that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I always enjoyed that side of it, and I like the percussion and I like the percussion and the kind of the patterns that they would make. And then I used to listen to a lot of Dizzy Rascal and Eminem, and I keep thinking you're telling me to keep it down.
Oh,
but
I'm
it's
so sorry. No, I'm just
yeah,
going like,
it's
fuck yes. Fuck yes.
Yeah. I used to listen to them, and then I always used to think like, like, I've got stuff to say. I understand the process of how this is working. I feel like I could apply my own thing to this and do it myself. And I just incorporated the beatbox aspect of it as well. So I say like, what's one of my lyrics? My new lyrics I say like, pick up a pen and a pad or pick up a brick. Better be quick, man. I'm doing the rounds. They're talking the shit. It's kind of like
Very
It's all
percussive.
very percussive. Like, I don't do that all the time, but it's definitely a part of why I got into it.
And I mean, beatboxing is one of the best trainings for any motor skills in your mouth. I mean, the mouth is a muscle. Pause. No, but I swear, like, if you would come back from vacation and you were on vacation for like a month and you wouldn't do any rapping for a month, would you
Yeah.
notice a difference? Like, if you haven't doing pumping your biceps for a month?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. But like, also you have to balance that with looking after your voice. So like, if I do a tour, I'll take like a month off. If it's a big tour, I won't rap for the month after, because you gotta let your vocal cords heal. Vocal cords are the sort of thing, once you damage them, it's hard to get it back. And obviously, your voice is your brand almost. So you have to.
But
pro-
even
you
when
have
you're
to
on
protect
tour,
it.
you're conscious of it, bro. You're not
Yeah.
trying to exert yourself too much if there's 4 or 5 shows in a row.
That's
like,
pretty crazy to me.
I'll do a tour, and like when I did the Wisville tour, I didn't know like not one sip of alcohol the whole tour. I'm drinking like 5 liters of water a day. I'm like steaming my voice every day. I'm fucking going bed early.
Oh yeah, what was it in Leeds? When they came into the hotel and was like, you're smoking weed, and you're actually just there with the.
Brother, I was
with
just
the-
there
with
with the vaporizer, inhaling steam. I must have just smelt of weed anyway.
Sometimes it comes out of the pores. It's a natural thing, it's perfume. I swear to God, back in high school, you could always tell which were the hardcore stoners in gym class, right?
Yeah, 100.
Sometimes you can even tell like which ones are the Kush heavy guys and who are into haze. I swear I can smell it off skin. I swear I can smell it off
Indica or
skin.
sativa.
Yeah, them hazy done.
Yeah, what's that? Is that a hybrid?
Bro, what you been smoking that cat piss for?
Yeah, I hear that.
I like cat piss though.
That's that cheese, bruv. That's cheese that smells all cat piss. I don't smoke cheese, man.
I gotta get back. Sorry, again, hardcore fan. I got it of rapping and also fast rapping. To me,
Yeah, yeah,
Busta, Eminem, of course, but Busta was always the guy I looked up to when it came to that because of ad libs and pauses.
But if you get hold of Busta, tell him to reply to my manager's messages, innit? Because I'm trying, innit? I'm trying. He's Jamaican, I'm Jamaican. He bangs weights, I bang weights. He raps fast, I rap fast. I feel like we're gonna be friends, you know what I mean?
Did you hear the joint he did for Anderson .Paak? The new one, Anderson .Paak, the song Bubbling.
Oh yeah.
That's the newest Busta verse.
Yeah. Here's what I'm saying about the Busta situation, yeah. Every time I get in the studio with a rapper that is like a rapper's rapper, you put pressure on each other. Do you know what I mean? And so I always go in there determined to like put pressure in the best way I can, because then you just get the best back and forth. If you go in there and you just kind of don't give it, you don't deliver, then there's no pressure for them. They're just gonna murk you off anyway. But if you go in there and you deliver, it puts them in a predicament because they think, okay, cool, he's trying to test me. Okay, we'll see then. Any rapper that's a rapper, like a real rapper, they don't ever let anyone come in the studio and body them on the track.
You see, that's my thing as a rapper. I'd be like hesitant to put Busta on my verse, hesitant to put you on my verse, hesitant to put M on a verse, because people mostly, you know, if you have the verse before M, you just,
Yeah.
Is that the last figure you have up there on the board?
Eminem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would happen to your heart if you did a song with him?
Do you know what, man? Like, nothing in my mind. Yeah, nothing could really top the Dizzy thing. But I could equal it. I always said, my whole rap career, every interview, people say, who do you want to work with? I just say Eminem, Dizzy, and I worked with Dizzy. That was mad. And it was the experience was how I hoped and I thought it was gonna be. Because here's the thing, yeah, when someone influences you so much, you know their tendencies on the track, you know the way they rap and stuff, so, and then you use that to influence you. So I always knew with certain people, when they hear me, they're gonna hear a bit of themselves but with my own style, and they're gonna appreciate the aspects that I've incorporated that they're good at, and they're gonna appreciate my own aspects and things like that. That's what I always hoped anyway. So it's the same with Eminem. I just, like, it would be nice if I get my music in front of him. I think like he'll be able to see that, but I'm not. It's not one of them things that I'm chasing. It's all natural. All these things, the Dizzy thing, he just heard me in the gym. He was in the gym. He just heard my music. He was like, I want to, and he followed me back on Twitter. The Method Man thing, from out of nowhere, like, it's all just natural. You can't really force these things.
Like the Method Man thing, when that happened, I was like, all right, fuck you.
Yeah. I think a few people felt like that.
That wasn't just you. Hate is gonna hate.
Yeah, man. But that's just because
Like
Meth's are
fucking
OG.
out of jealousy, obviously.
Yeah. And you know,
Let me get.
it's weird, man. You do stuff like that, and then people just from cool out the woodwork start hating. Mad weird, little indirects and that. But
They were hating on that featuring.
what's that?
Were they hating on the Method Man featuring?
Just like, I don't know. I don't even know because I wasn't even paying attention to it. You know them ones, but like other people around me pay attention to it, and I pay attention to them. You know them ones.
What gets them pissed off?
Yeah, they're like, fucking, were you seen this? And I'm like, nah, I definitely haven't seen it. But then they show, man, and I'm like, okay, cool. Here's what it is. Like, here's what it is, man. Okay. I'm the bad guy, huh?
The track with Dizzy is a monster. I work at the radio. I've played it a bunch of times. We in Switzerland, we love British rap from the UK because of the sound. It's different. It's more colorful than American English. And you have the U.
Yeah. I have the what, sorry?
The U.
The U?
Yeah.
What's that?
The U.
I like the drip or
Nah,
Steez.
it's not even. It's that. It's literally the letter U. You can pronounce it differently and in a more fluid. Like you'd say you, right? Not you. Like the Americans just have the flat ooh. And
okay,
I swear to
okay.
God, that is such an important component.
It's
for
always
us.
been a thing, though.
That's
Like,
an interesting observation. I
No-
never thought of that at all. You know, I always thought with countries that have, you know, like with my European fans, I always kind of when I came into this, I always thought they because of my flows and the speed. Because it's not all about fast rapping, but because of the flows, I consider myself someone that's like spend a lot of time trying to perfect the craft of the flow aspect of rap. And I always thought that kind of transcends the language barrier. You know what I'm
Always.
trying to say? So like we went out there today, and I know there were, the people in the front who knew most of the shit, but let's say there's people in the back that haven't heard of me, right? They're just going with literally going with the flow. And they're like, okay. And then the beat drops in time with the flow, and they're like, oh, that was good. Whereas if I'm there talking about like endorphins coursing through the dorsal portion of an orphan, right?
Shots fired.
Suddenly, people are having to do the wordplay, and if it's not their first language or they can't be asked to think about it, it's long. So I'm more just like, you know, lyrically legendary when I pen ahead instead of come up every day with it with a pen at the minute and nigga quicker than you know what I mean, all that shit. Like you don't necessarily have to speak the language, so it bridges the gap a little bit when you're doing European shows.
It's like in places like when we've been in like Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary, you know they can probably understand only like a third of what's going on, but you do the double time thing and then they just go nuts because they can just hear the da-da-da.
So what we have in Switzerland is a really large appreciation for the language from the UK, but what we
Yeah.
don't understand is a lot of the slang words that are used.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you humbly and politely if you could translate a couple words that we picked up from UK rap.
Okay, cool.
The first one is revin.
Yeah, so that's my thing. That's just my thing.
That's more like a metaphor than slang.
Okay, so you know about a car, revs, a bike revs. So imagine I'm next to you at the traffic lights and I'm revving my engine, but I'm not actually doing anything. Yeah? So that's people getting excited, flexing, you know, trying to test me, but not doing anything. They're just chatting. They're just revving their engine, but they're not trying to race, man, ever. You know them ones? So
why
I
you
say,
try and rev?
so I'm like, why you try rev? But I just made that up. That's not really a slang. I mean, it's more of a slang now than it was. It was never a slang until I said it, and then it's kind of a bit of a slang, but
Originator.
yeah, slightly. But I don't know, because I don't really hear people say it like that, like it's caught on like that. But the song has got a lot of legs, so it's, I guess in a way.
I swear I listened to it and I was like, oh, Revin, I know it from cars, but it's got to have some different meaning.
But people say to me, why you try Revin? And like, it's not like Revin is the name of the song, and then why you try Rev, R-E-V. It's almost like, imagine I pull up to you at the lights, yeah, and I rev my engine. You look at me, you say, why you try Rev? Like, you want to race, man? If you want to race, man, then race, man. But don't try Rev it, man, because you're just talking. Like that's kind of what it is. Like,
Guys, the time has walked by us. It's been amazing with you. I appreciate your time.
respect, man.
I would love to catch another show. Have a good time on your EU tour that's in October, and you know, have a beautiful night.
Bless up, respect, man.